the rector, the director, the Innovation Center, distinguished students, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this intensive training, embedded systems and robotics.
What's that? No.
Once again, we want to welcome the dignitaries, especially the principal officers of the Polytechnic. Like I was saying, this is, again, one of its type. A situation where this type of training is being organized to take you back in memory lane during the last convocation ceremony. Our innovation came out of this list. That is an electric tricycle. We are not supposed to call that name the way I'm going to call it now. Otherwise, you are on your own. When that tricycle was launched, it was named Keke Aremu. Have you heard that? Keke Aremu. And the Aremu is looking at you now. So, if you call Keke Aremu in the presence of Aremu, without the permission of Aremu, you are on your own. Thank you very much. But Aremu is not relenting. When you give a bread to 1,000 people, how do you expect them to be satisfied? So Aremu is trying to introduce more kekes and other things, and that is one of the reasons for this training. Don't let me let the cat off of the bag yet, because I'm not supposed to be saying it. Mine is to hold the microphone, do the needful, and allow the owner to continue. A big round of applause for the director and the management team. Thank you very much. Director, sir, shall we please rise for the national anthem to kickstart the program in Alice? Nigeria, we hail our own native land. Those bright lanterns may differ in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Give yourself a big round of applause. Give yourself a big round of applause. Because if you go further, we may begin to fumble. So I don't want us to fumble. Another round of applause. Yes, the federal government will be happy that we are the first to kickstart this national anthem officially. Because this is the first place we are going to recite it, and we happen to be the first. Another big round of applause. This morning, to declare this training open, we have the principal officers of the Polytechnic, which I will begin to recognize one after the other. Some years back, there is a man here who was like you are today then, listening to elders, taking notes, jotting all the jottables, striving to be like those people that stood before him then. By the special grace of God, we have the man here now who, through dint of hard work, dedication, and the mercy of God, rose from being a clerk at the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro here to director. Please put your hands together as I introduce the first indigenous rector, the first alumnus rector, and the first in so many ways of the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, Dr. Mukail Aremu Akunde, SCA, SCIT. Director, you are welcome, sir. Director says good morning. What do you say? Good morning, sir. God bless you. Sitting close to the rector is another principal officer of the Polytechnic. If I call the rector the alumnus, we also have the honorary alumnus of the Federal Polytechnic, who is the deputy rector admin, town planner L. Lasibu. The rector shares so many things in common with all the principal officers. You're beginning to know when I begin to talk. Next to the deputy rector is the first indigenous registrar. The first indigenous registrar and another honorary alumnus of the Polytechnic, Mrs. A.F. Babatola, the registrar. It takes two to tango. It takes an alumnus to know the way of another alumnus. It takes an alumnus in financial capacity to assist the alumnus rector. Therefore, this morning, we also have in our midst another alumnus of the Polytechnic who is equally the bossa, who is also an indigenous bossa, the second indigenous bossa of the Polytechnic, Mr. Edwin Akinola. Thank you very much. Next to the bossa, I know you people belong to the School of Engineering. And you'll be thinking that our own person too is here, our own personal person. I mean, I want to see the authority in the School of Engineering. Please put your hands together as I introduce the Dean of School of Engineering, Engineer Simon Adegberu. I'm trying to be a little bit on the left and a little bit to the right. So I've gone to that side, let me come to the side. Sitting very close to the registrar is that man known to you. You know him? Write down. Because if you don't know him, I will seek the permission of the rector to declare this training closed. Do you want that? Okay, so if you don't want that, please join me as I welcome the director of the Robotics Center, Engineer DJ Shoyemi PhD. Next to him on this side is the HOD Art and Design, and the okay, I've started this. The person that I also have done that before will pardon me. Maybe because there's something he ought to give me which is yet to give me, but I know he will give me very soon. So he's a member of the television board of the Polytechnic. HOD Art and Design. It's a Now let me step back. That board that Mr. Bangayawo is a member has a chair. That chairman only allows people to but only Muslim. And that is the reason why we must come back here in the first instance. But the director has always told me that tí èèyàn bá ṣẹ̀yàn lẹ́nu tí ó bá mú inú bíyàn lẹ́nu ó lè mú èèyàn lọ́la. Director sọ kẹ́lẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ pé kí n gbàgbé ẹ̀, so mo ti gbàgbé ẹ̀. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the chairman of the Polytechnic Television Management Board, Dr. Tunde Aguiyi. To his immediate right is the Director, Academic and Physical Planning of the Polytechnic, Academic Planning of the Polytechnic, Alhaji Jamiu Ogunbi. Every name has a reason, and I have the reason for calling anybody anyhow I feel like calling the person. You may have two names, but whatever name that I put on my own contact list is your name. We also have an expert here. Expert. By the time I call his name, you know why he's an expert. He's one of the founding members of this center. Every other person may call him any other name, but I call him Engineer Biodun Robotics. Good morning. Thank you very much. And then sitting very close to him is the PA to the rector, Mr. Fred Bakwale. The other side of the divide are equally members of the Polytechnic community and especially the television management board. I introduce Mr. Rashid Adios. Remember? I also have this one, Mr. Kapoli, but I know we call him Frank. So we call him Frank of the television board. Mr. Frank Adios. Frank Adios. Yes. You may raise the road to Sapamilori because some of you will think that his name is Frank Sapamilori. No, Frank Adios. And sitting very close to him is another member of the board, Alagba Henry Olorunfemi. My name is Shola Abiala, Deputy Registrar, Public Relations. Engineer Matthew Olufemi, I'm beginning to see. It's because I did not bring my other eyes. Engineer Matthew Olufemi, another member of the board. Dr. Tajuddin Jimoh, ORJI, member of the board. Mrs. Anne Olorunfemi, the Assistant Public Relations Officer of the Polytechnic. Engineer Odenide and another bride, November, was Onikosi, the Assistant Director of the Innovation Center, Mr. Olumide Afolayan. I recognize your instructors, I recognize your lecturers, I recognize every one of you. Good morning and welcome. Thank you very much. The next item on our program is the welcome address by the Director, Innovation Center, the Director.
Dr. Kaidan Akili, FC, SCTI. I'm so happy today. And all of our people really extended. I want to welcome every one of us to this embedded system training version 2.0. Let me say to all our students here that you are in for the best of your life. Everything you grab here will go a long way in promoting whatever you want to do in the future. And I want to thank the management, especially the director, for giving express approval. At the briefing yesterday, I was telling you that this program will cost us a minimum over 10 million naira. We are going to run this from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that is why we will not give any room to any lackadaisical behavior. The management meant well for all of you, and that is why we preserve those who are most attentive and those who contributed most in all the students we train. The instructors are those who lead them that, okay, these are the people who participated fully in what they are doing and gave the department about 30% contribution for HODs to nominate this student. This is a great opportunity. You are in the innovation center. There is no discipline here. There's something like I read mechanical, I read electrical. Let your initiative, let your intuitiveness, let it come out. Come out with ideas. We are here to help you. At the end of this program, sir, we are going to do 2 or 3 video projects, which will be part of the closing ceremony. I will reserve most of my talk to that time, but I typically appreciate the management team for this support. And I appreciate all our HODs who have responded timely to our request from them. Thank you. God bless. You are all welcome. It's a boot camp, like I said. It's a military camp. That is the essence of boot camp. So you are going to be regimented, not your normal life. And I want to appreciate the director again also for providing lunch for all of us throughout this program. So apart from providing electricity throughout the day, he also provided lunch and provided tea drink. So we are going to be having tea and biscuits at midday. So the management has done well. And the least you can do is to do more. The PRO was talking about the tricycle. We have even moved ahead of the tricycle. There is now a tricycle with 3 seaters that is coming. And let me also say that the rector magnanimously approved a big welding machine for us. That is one of the latest welding machines. The one next to this welding machine. And we'll be having that every time during this training. So it's going to be weld, fabricate. There is no resting until we have our project done. Thank you, sir, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
A big round of applause. Thank you, because when I saw boot camp, I was so sure that before I leave this place, at least I must get 2 pairs of boots. But he has now explained to us that it's a military camp. So you are all going to be booted, you are all going to be trained, retrained, and continuously trained. A big round of applause. The other time, I recognize an expert in our midst, and then you now see why he is an expert. And the next item on our program is a brief on the training program, and that is going to be given to us by Engineer Biodun Hosseini, aka Robotics. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Director, sir, and other principal officers of the technique. I really want to thank you so much for this great opportunity and for not making it look like a wasted effort. Because whenever I take my bag and carry myself from Germany, coming back to Nigeria, my colleagues, they say you are going back to that place again where nothing can work. No elder is going to support you for whatever dream you want to carry out. So I want to thank you because this is not what you started. But when you came on board, the level of support is highly overwhelming. And I really want the students to give a round of applause for that. Because this support. So the director can as well said, I'm not aware of this program. I can't go ahead with it. Let's stop it. So all that you are seeing here today is as a result of his action of benevolence and kindness and support to see that you guys will come out differently from what other polytechnics are producing all across the globe. So I want to give another round of applause for this action. So as we embrace this era of technology advancement, my main goal each time I'm coming back home is to see that we are also there in the world map. The entire world has shifted. The world is doing something completely different from what we know how to do now. And if we are not careful, we might be out of this completely. And we'll just be mainly consuming. And when you turn to a consumer, you know what that means. Your master, the producer, determines what comes to you, determines how you run it, determines whether you will use it. You can imagine WhatsApp, for example, where their main server is situated in the US. There was a time there's a crash in the server. Everybody could not communicate in Nigeria for a server that is based in the US. Do you know what that means? They can wake up tomorrow and change our mode of communication if we are not going to take the bull by the horn now. So this is my main goal, to see how we'll just be in the scheme of things that is happening around the world. Although we are slow, but with the help of rectors and people like him, I think we can really scratch the surface and see where we'll be with no time. So this training, I want you to take it very seriously. For my own personal activity, I have dedicated that, okay, before we end this training, these are the activities we'll be carrying it out. Apart from the electric vehicle, we will be assembling a full agricultural drone here, because that's the new era that we are in now. For food security, you can remember when the federal government declared state of emergency on food, even though the process has been done in a shabby way, but I'm trying to prepare you, because very soon the opportunity will come up. It will no longer about the government, it's about what you and I are doing to promote whatever we can promote in our nation. And to let you know now that the scheme of things has changed. It is good to come to school like this, but to get a job out there is no longer about your certification. It's no longer about what you read. It's about what you can do and the value you can bring to the table. And the value you can bring to the table can project you to any part of the world. It's no longer about what you get at the federal poly or what you get from the federal government. Jobs are there all over the globe. And Nigerian is not annexing all of these jobs. This is what I see. This is the gap that I see where I come from. And that's why I came back home to see what I can add to the system and see how we can expand better on doing things right. So I really want to implore you to please pay rapt attention to every section of the training, because this is one of its kind. You are paying nothing for this training. I don't know, except your attention. You are paying almost nothing for it. And I can guarantee you, for drone training alone, for you to go to UK and just do 5 days training to be certified drone engineer, you spend nothing less than $4,000, 4,000 pounds, minus your ticket, minus your hotel. They don't care about where you stay. All they want is show up for 5 days We give you the training and you go back. And let me not tell you the lie. There's nothing you will get in 5 days. Because you don't have foundation to capture such a technical details in 5 days. Because of where you're coming from. So the 5 days is the max for assuming you have undergone certain training. But they don't know that the background that we are coming from is quite different from the background over there. So with this, I would like that we please appreciate this little activity that we are undergoing here, and let God put more grace on it for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Big round of applause. I will take the readiness of the director to introduce other members that I just said. We have here another member of the television board, Barrister Raphael Adeolu. Now, let you know that this program is being beamed live, both on Poly TV and our radio. And so we also have the station manager of Poly Laro 92.1 FM, Mr. Omolasho Organic. Thank you very much. Now, I will have told you to rise for another national anthem, but the director will not agree with me. But give the director a bigger round of applause as I call on him to give his remark and declare this workshop open. Director, sir.
Thank you so much. The director academics is on our way to the official summit. Dr. Mrs. Charlotte Wilson, the registrar, Mrs. Batola, the librarian, who is also of the science, Dr. Mrs. Lucia Solomon, that the estate house hotel, Mr. Maruf Akbala, FCA, the deans of school, and the chairman of the dean of school, Engineer Central who is a trained automotive engineer at Russian University. Welcome, sir. The director of the Innovation Center, who is also a product of the Polytechnic, now a product of East London University, the former Polytechnic at United Kingdom. You are welcome. The chairman television board, before that one, director academic plan. I know that you glad me to be here, but because you are in charge of all academics, whether practical, theoretical, and all. So I know that I'm very glad to be seeing what we are witnessing today. The chairman of the jubilated TV board, Dr. Admiyomi Babatunde, and the board member of the city, the radio station manager, the engineer Hussein, who is also here. I know that as we can do, we are only doing our best to make sure you are here. Because engineer Hussein was trained in the UK, Germany specifically for correct. And you know, if you have to import such a personal event, like I said, you know how much it will be much. Also, the Deputy Director of the Center, Mr. Malayo. Everyone, I must start this brief speech by also thanking the television board to appreciate what you are doing. I know that we have just strengthened that. We will do more, but that television has been directed to be live as we are resuming the leadership. We have been tried to view the activities or show the activities, particularly the engineering. Let the world know what we do here. When they know what we do, they can know the import of the whole thing. So they have been charged with that responsibility. And they are also recognized as equipment used by governments, the procurement officers who do justice to it. So that every activity that we will be having engineering, electrical, mechanical, all of them we have at level engineering practice. We want to show to the whole world what we can do because, like they are said, we cannot be a consuming nation. We can be consuming and consuming and consuming without, I'm not an engineer, but I know that the whole world, without engineering, is better than in those days, they were talking about now we have one that fly at a speed of 40,000 above the sea level. Now we have one that has a lot of data. And as Africa we must show that the future of this country belongs to the Polytechnic, particularly with the efforts that is being made by our executive secretary, Professor Rahim Pugadi, who has been championing about skills everywhere about the need to fund Polytechnic more. Imagine what we are doing here today, like they are said. We will be on this one from the morning till the evening. Not only on this one, about a lot of costs we are incurring. It's very tough to run in Polytechnic. And that is why we are requesting that we give this training best opportunity. Because today they are not talking about what your certificate is. They are talking about what you can do with your hand. And like I said, Professor Bugade, talking about asset skill and all that. That is what we do. Despite the limited resources, we are trying to give our students in engineering, applied sciences, environmental, those with special skills to do something that this country can be proud of. We can't be importing everything. Ordinary mechanical for price tag. We rely on India to produce the products. What is it? Mechanical. The fan that is rolling with the that you are seeing. If you check where it's going, it's in times from time. Or everything that we are selling here, from China, Indonesia, when are we going to start? So that the whole world will not leave us behind. And that is what we want to showcase. That's why we have brought seasoned personnel to walk you through how we can manufacture electric tricycle like Piero said. Tricycle, the prototype has been manufactured. We have it here. The students, through the efforts of Engineer Hussein and the Director of the Education Center, the students who are able to come up with that particular tricycle. It will interest you to know that from every tricycle that has been provided, it's the only one that has a full complement of motor vehicle because it reverses front and backward. Let me also say that in this sector, the biometric device that we want to start using in this coming semester, we manufacture it yet. We could have imported it, but we did it. But we decided to reduce our skills in computer engineering, electrical engineering, to manufacture biometric device. The biometric device that would have been imported at the cost of around 1 million power was manufactured at less value here. And we started using it. We will use it in the second semester. That was also produced. So the Innovation Center is really doing well. And I must put on record that this center was equipped to us by the former rector. That was what the Hussein was saying. When he said that, no, we didn't start it was given to us. But we might decide to close our eyes to it, and that is the end to that particular program. We didn't do so. Every opportunity we do have, we usually support it so that our students can be benefited. Because what is your game? when you come here as our student, Polytechnic, like I said, is a difference. Yes, Evertech is there, but we are second generation Polytechnic that is also making it good. So we want to be sure that our students, either at LB or HND, when they get out, they are able. One of the objectives there is to teach you how do we have the prototype, how do we do it, because the innovation center has been directed to give us about 3 or 4 additional prizes. We'll give one to our examination center, so that during the examination we'll see that it's going to be moving around the campus, and that you have a little bit 3 and we're running on campus. That is what you want to do, and the associate said you want to manufacture clothes. Yes, agricultural growth, fantastic. Nigeria, food security. How do we rely on importing food from the public company or any other African country? Despite the fact that we have large acres of land. We need to know when our father will come to go to the farm with gold or glasses. We are no longer in that particular era now. We are in the era where we can cultivate about 30, 50 acres of land, and we are planting and all that. So, how do we do all that? That is the kind of exposure we want to give you. We are doing it free of charge. We are not collecting anything from you. But we know you are also. You know that when you do well, you can give back to this particular project. Let me round up the discussion. IIT is never a university. If you check the list of invention in your world, you see IIT as one of the bigger development. If you check those people that said about Facebook, about WhatsApp, about this, you are going to see their faces to IIT. And that one of the things they do at IIT is that those kinds of things you can only bring back to that university, because the invention itself, the history of technology is also taking. So we are also showing that in this our small Jerusalem, we can also do it better. And that is why we will support this plan. The way to support it is that maybe in your closing ceremony, we might say that talents and TVCs, you come and see the outcome of what you have done after your trip. It's good for them to see, so that we can now ask questions why we need to be importing Canada. Why can't some of these inventions be given to manufacturers of Nigeria or some of our major industrialists to see how we can recycle the Canada plant in Nigeria, so that we will not be importing it from Nigeria? How we produce jobs for a lot of Nigerian youth tension. And we are going to drive it with all our might and giving our little resources. So if I have that good information, we will escalate what we have done further, so that they will see that truly it is the student of Federal Polytechnic Alaro that has proposed that price hike. Just like we have proposed the biometric devices. I want to tell you, please, learn and learn and learn and unlearn what is not good for you. Do not be involved in social menace and that. There are opportunities for you in the world. Particularly labor, in those days we talked about labor working in a particular bank. You can work anywhere. It is the knowledge they are looking for. Imagine that Professor Gadi was talking about the refinery accelerator. They are doing welding, underwater welding, a lot of welding, a lot of welders are working that way. They were imported. We do not have any Nigerian welders that are fit enough to work in Dangote refinery. Is that kind of economy we want to grow? That is why we want to make sure that we fill the gap, the knowledge gap that is actually, this Europe and they have left all behind. Let us see that we can catch up and begin to do some things at our own business. So I want to say that pay attention so that we can have the best of it. Television board, we have our support, like directed who want to see you live. We are assuming the next week. We want to see you live. Whatever you to, like our president will say, that don't have it. In the midst of problem, you must create opportunity. You continue to say that you are not getting this, you are not getting it. The one we are getting, how are we using it? So when we use the one we are getting, we now know we don't have this, we don't have that. Let us add this. That is the kind of philosophy we want from that television and that the consultants are also talking with him. It's really helping us, and I know that the God will do well. I am happy that Henry is doing wonderfully well. I know that Henry is also another television. Thank you and God bless you. On behalf of the principal officers of the Polytechnic, some of them are here, and the other one are also coming on official assignment. On behalf of everyone, because we work as a team, and the team and the directors that are here, and the TV board and the radio station, every staff that is said, I will not mention everyone. I stand here to declare this particular vote. Thank you, my brothers.
I think the director deserves a bigger round of applause. There can be a way of opening something while it is being closed. Because after the director might have given the remarks, I don't think there is need for anything. But I seek the judges of the director to recognize in our presence the following people who came in while we were talking. I recognize the representative of the Dean, the School of Bio and Applied Sciences, Dr. Shegun Olayibi. Thank you very much. The HOD, Computer Engineering, who is also part of this innovation center, Engineer Garamula Ogo, and the Dean, the School of Environmental Studies, QSJ Ebi Awonisi.
I want all the participants, our students, to rise and show to management of the institution that you really appreciate this program by saying, thank you, sirs, thank you, ma'am, thank you, the Federal Polytechnic.
Thank you, sir, thank you, ma'am, thank you, the Federal Polytechnic.
We can have this. The director, sir, and the management team, and my other, we really appreciate the institution for this program, and we hope that our students will benefit immensely from this training program that is going to last 2 weeks. We are aware of the financial implications that the institution is going to consider, and we are aware of all other benefits that our students will get from this program. What you are about to see is telling you that much can be gotten outside of curriculum, which we call skill, and some people will term it as extra curriculum. The world is so dynamic that your normal curriculum cannot take care of them. Then we need a dynamic approach by training and retraining you in an atmosphere that is conducive. Thank God the management of the institution has created that atmosphere for you, and we will be taking you to the world of automation, either by talking to machines or by talking to systems around you in order to solve some problems around you. And for the period of 2 weeks that you will be here, we hope that you will pay the attention and follow everything you are going to do here, so that your tomorrow, your future will be better. On that note, sirs and ma'am, we appreciate you for allowing us to have this training program. Director, sir, we appreciate you for your assistance financially and morally. The deputy director, sir, we appreciate you. Your brotherly advice, your cooperation at every point in time, we appreciate that. The registrars, thank you for coming. Thank you for the assistance at every time. The bosses, we have to thank you immensely. And I thank you especially is to